Welcome to episode 205 of the Hurricane Mike Show, where today got a lot of topics to go over. We had some breaking news before the show even got started about the New Orleans Saints. And Dad, we already knew the Saints were going to Paris, right? However, Dad, Atlanta last year, they played in Germany, right? They lost in Germany, right? Because why, Dad?
Because they're going to do a lot of losing soon because they suck.
Yep. What's going on? I hope I say this right. Cabornellis 445. I hope I said that right. I'm assuming you're a Raiders fan with your profile picture. So hey, welcome to the stream. All NFL fans are welcome here. Even the Atlanta fans. All fans are welcome here. Safe and friendly stream. As long as you keep it, family friendly, we're okay. Anyways, now let's talk about these Saints, man. First, I didn't even have this on the agenda because I didn't think we were going to talk about it, but it just happened like 30 minutes ago. The New Orleans Saints have found their France partner. Not France. Well, yeah, I guess it is France. The New Orleans Saints found their France partner in Week 7. We thought it was going to be the Cleveland Browns. That's the direction it was going to. But apparently, and Dad, do you know who we're playing?
I do not know that.
Well, I'm about to give you the key details. We are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in France.
Mason Rudolph, huh?
Mason Rudolph, Drew Aller, Will Howard, Aaron Rodgers. I don't freaking know anymore like this. It's just like, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably the perfect game for France, though, because I feel like the Saints and the Steelers both have some ties to France. I think they both have some ties to France, in their culture. Yeah, I just wanted to, break that in case y'all didn't know already. But now let's talk about these Saints, man. So, the New Orleans Saints. This show is going to be, we're going to talk a lot about Alvin Kamara. So, y'all might get tired of it eventually, but I don't care. It's my show. But yeah, New Orleans Saints, Alvin Kamara. Sounds like he's committed to the explosive Travis Etienne Jr. dynamic duo. All right? As he sends a crystal clear message to Saints fans that we're about to get into. What is the crystal clear message, you may ask? Well, thank you, Jimmy and Bobby in the back, for asking that. So Alvin Kamara wants to be a part of the Saints in 2026. Two-headed monster. What do I mean by two-headed monster? I'm about to talk about it. Alvin Kamara is excited to see what him and Travis Etienne can do together. Now let's talk a little bit about Kamara and Etienne. These two are explosive running backs. Versatility and receiving ability is stuff that they both have. And they both have quality experience in the league. Alvin Kamara clearly respects Kellen Moore's vision. As Alvin Kamara went on Teron Armstead, former offensive tackle of the New Orleans Saints, went on Teron Armstead's podcast and basically talked about Kellen Moore as a play caller, which is where he said this, and I quote, "It's about collaboration and transparency and togetherness. Just trying to work to a common goal when you have an environment like that. The sky is the limit." I think he's ready for it. Then Alvin Kamara talked about Kellen Moore in 2026. I feel like he's got toys. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole bunch of toys. He got a toy box, and it's like, now, what scene is it going to be? Is it going to be a fighting scene? And I think it's like, for him, he just wants to create. And it's our job to make it come to life. All right. So if we talk about notable additions on offense, we got running back Travis Etienne, guard David Edwards, tight end Noah Fant, wide receiver Jordan Tyson, tight end Oscar Delp, wide receiver Bryce Lance. And those are just some of the moves that the Saints made on the offensive side of the ball. Kamara is excited about the additions to the offense. AK also has high hopes for Tyler Shough. As on that podcast that we just talked about, he said this about Tyler Shough. I think he's ready for it, man. He's mature. He's got some swag to him. It's like there's a lightheartedness about his game and his approach like that. Like, he works his butt off, but he doesn't take himself too serious. I'm excited for Shough, man. So the crystal clear message is Alvin Kamara clearly wants to be a part of the Saints and is excited about the 2026 season. So, Dad, after hearing all of that, what do you think about this Alvin Kamara situation?
I would like to see Alvin Kamara and Travis Etienne together in the Saints backfield. I don't know. I was getting a little discouraged by them not talking a whole lot last couple of weeks, but sounds like, according to the report you read, that he seems to be all in. Well, you know what? He got to sign his name on that dotted line. Then I'll feel a lot better about it.
All right, now let's talk about the Saints roster globe. So we did mention about during our Alvin Kamara thing. Give me 1 second.
Man, what kind of professional is this? You don't put your phone on silent? Man.
Sorry, it's not my phone. Okay, it's not my phone. I can't put it on silent. Okay, it's not my phone. But anyways, like I was saying, so we were talking about the Saints roster, right? The moves that they made. Let's talk about a roster glow up. Okay, what do you think is the most important offseason move that the Saints have made?
Important offseason move, I think, you can start at the top. I mean, the drafting of Jordan Tyson to give Tyler Shuck that extra weapon on offense. I think that was needed last year. And, I'm glad they got it this year. I'm glad they knocked that out. And we'll just see how good the offense is with that weapon, alongside Chris Olave.
I think the most important move was signing David Edwards, man, because now it opens up the run game and the pass game. So that's what I really like about it. All right. Now, hold on. I want to flip over to LSU, right? Now, Dad, and we've kind of been talking about it. Can Lane Kiffin win a championship year one in LSU?
Lane Kiffin, absolutely. I mean, he's got one of the best, if not the best, recruit classes this year, and what he was able to do with the talent he had at Ole Miss, bringing that over here to Baton Rouge. I think he's definitely in the conversation. I think anything short of the playoffs will be a disappointment this year. So yeah, definitely think national championship is in our future.
I do think so. There's a lot of national analysts that covers LSU that says that LSU could be poised for a college football playoff run. I think the only thing that could hold Lane Kiffin back is himself. I mean, and I said it when Brian Kelly was here. I said it when Ed Orgeron was here. You can be your own worst enemy. For example, the reason Brian Kelly got fired, he was his own worst enemy. So Lane Kiffin just has to settle in and be great, all right? And let everything handle itself. All right? Now, I want to flip it back over to the Saints and talk about the defensive line. With the depth that is on the Saints defensive line, all right? With the guys that we brought in, guys that we still have, guys that we can still bring in, are cuts going to be a future for some of our defensive linemen?
I think definitely there's going to be some hard decisions to be made. Some competition going to be in training camp. And, yeah, you're going to see a lineman cut or two that's going to surprise you. You're going to be like, wow, they got beat for the job. But, yeah, you're going to see some get cut.
Yeah, I do think, because like the defensive line has so many depth, right? Like, I think guys like Chris Rumph, he's on the bubble. Devon Godchow, I think he could be on the bubble. And this might be a hot take to some people. Brian Brzee could also be on the bubble. So, yeah, I think, the Saints defensive line, nobody's safe on our team. But now, Dad, ESPN, right?
Yeah.
How sometimes they be saying the stupidest things just to say stuff?
They do say some stupid stuff.
Well, after the NFL draft happened, right, when I think we all can say the Saints had a good draft or a good offseason in general, guess where the Saints fell on ESPN's list?
In the 20s.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on, because this is. Hold on. I'm going to save the review. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Because this is. I want to see who the heck is ahead of us. ESPN NFL rankings after. Because when I say the number we are, they're going to be like, so they just don't watch football. Which is a fair assessment because the number that they are is terrible. All right, here we go. This was posted 8 days ago, right when the draft ended, like around that time the draft ended. This was posted, and this is not a what happened last season ranking. This is a after the draft ranking. This is a going into 2026 ranking. Let's see. I'm gonna start from 32, and we're gonna go from 32 to number 1. All right, number 32 is the Miami Dolphins. That's fair. Number 31, the New York Jets. Okay. Number 30 is the Browns. Number 29 is the Cardinals. Number 28 is the Raiders. Sorry, Kobe Ernellis. Number 27 is the Titans. Okay. Number 26, you got the Falcons. And at number 25, you got the New Orleans Saints. Okay. I want to see who's ahead of us. Got the Vikings. They don't have a number 1 quarterback right now. Kyler Murray. Is he going to be their guy? Maybe. I don't know. The Giants. Panthers are ahead of us. You mean the team that we swept last year and we got better than the Panthers? Okay. The Steelers with no quarterback is ahead of us. The Colts, who have an injured quarterback and got worse over the offseason, they're ahead of us. The Commanders, who I don't know what they're doing right now. How are they in the top 20? The Buccaneers, who got worse. They lost Mike Evans. The Bengals. Okay, I could maybe see it, but all right. And then the Cowboys. I mean, why are the Cowboys at 16? Dad, can you answer that question? Why are the Cowboys at 16?
Because they are the Cowboys. They got that star on the helmet.
Facts. The Jaguars are at number 15. Okay. We took their number 1 running back. The Jaguars signed 0 outside free agents that matter. And had a bad draft. Chargers, okay. Texans, the Chiefs are at number 12 because, they got a glazed dome. Lions are at 11 after finishing 4th in their division. And hey, if you want to, don't give me nothing about that. The Ravens are in the top 10. You got the Bears at 9. The 49ers at 8. The Packers. The New England Patriots, the Eagles, Bills, and then the Broncos, Rams, Seahawks. Okay, I don't really have a problem with the top 3. Today, I'm going to ask you this question. Are the Saints really a bottom 5 team that the NFL thinks we are?
They think we are, but we are not, and we are going to prove it.
Number 25. Number 20. So, okay. Keep talking that smack, man. Keep talking that noise, man. I mean, hey. Everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody had the Seahawks in the freaking 20s last year. Like, everybody had the Patriots in the 20s, I know for sure. And they went on to win a Super Bowl, or make the Super Bowl, excuse me. So, yeah. Anyways. All right. Now I have a question for you, Dad. Do you think the Saints rebound? Do you think the Saints rebuild is complete? Yes or no?
Yes. I think we are ready to compete for a championship right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the roster. I mean, the Saints, this is what people forget. The rebuild's over, right? I mean, the rebuild's done. Like, we won 6 games last year. Like, last year we were supposed to be the worst team in the league, and we actually won more games last year than the year prior. So, we definitely exceeded expectations.
It depends on health, though. It depends on health. Stay
Right.
healthy. I don't see us winning less than 10 games.
Right. Facts. Yeah, 2026 could definitely be a breakout year for New Orleans. Now, all right, now we talked about Alvin Kamara earlier in the show, and I want to kind of get back to that. So Alvin Kamara praises Travis Etienne addition. But are the Saints, because we didn't get the Saints' perspective, we got Alvin Kamara's perspective. So do you think the Saints are planning for a future without him?
No, I think they want him back for the right price, obviously. I think that's the hold-up. I mean, it's always about the money, right? So I think that's the hold-up. But I think they'll get it done. I mean, you look at Alvin Kamara, Travis Etienne, they're kind of like the same back. I mean, they're going to need somebody in there to get those hard yards, whether it's Devin Neal, whether it's that guy, I can't think of his name right now.
Devin Neal.
Who's the other guy?
Kendra Miller.
Kendra Miller, that's one. Soon, yes. But, yeah, we're going to need, a big guy to get those hard-earned yards. And I think one of those guys fit the bill. But I think it's about the money. I think the Saints are waiting to see, how the numbers stack up. And then if it makes sense, we're going to sign him.
I mean, look, like a lot of people forget, Alvin Kamara's on the Saints roster right now, right? Like, Alvin Kamara's on the Saints. So, if the Saints wanted to cut him, they probably could have done it. Like, yeah, June 1st, is a big thing. But I think, however, I do think the Saints are slowly, I think they are planning a future without Kamara. Because Kamara is currently at the running back deathbed age at this point. And I think, and we saw it. I mean, look at the last few years. They always dropped the running back. They drafted Kendra Miller. Then they drafted Devin Neal. They freaking signed Travis Etienne. They brought in Ty Chandler. Like, they are slowly planning for a future without Kamara. So, it's something that we may not want to say, but it's the truth. Now, next thing. Hold on. Let me see. Give me 1 second. All right. Next thing. I want to go back to LSU, right? So, you remember our old head coach, Brian Kelly, right?
Yes.
Well, he has, he has a new job or whatever, or he's trying to become an analyst now, trying to leave coaching behind him. So, he's basically retiring without retiring. And Brian Kelly was asked, does he think LSU, the team that he just coached, could win a championship under Lane Kiffin? And Kelly believes with new leadership under Lane Kiffin, LSU can win the title. So with him being a former head coach, do you take any stock in that?
I do take stock in that. And, I don't dislike Brian Kelly. I think he might have been bad for the LSU culture, but he knows his football. And he, just like I said, I see us winning the championship in the next year or two. Brian Kelly sees that as well. He sees the talent coming in. He sees the coaches in place. So, yeah, so I do take stock in that.
I agree. Especially since it's like we're talking about like a head coach, right? Like at the head coach college level. So, all right. Now let's talk about the Pelicans. All right. So let's talk about this Zion Queen conundrum. Can the Pelicans head coach, whoever it's going to be, can they unlock Zion Williamson and Derek Queen?
Well, again, like we said with the Saints, it's got to be about health. They got to stay healthy. And the new head coach has got to be, I think, a disciplinarian, a guy that gets on players about their eating, about their ability to stay healthy, and push them. I mean, we're tired of seeing these projects come in, these player-friendly coaches that don't do nothing but coddle these guys. I mean, we need a disciplinarian And if we get one, then yeah, we're gonna unlock these boys.
Right, right. I think with the Pelicans, like it depends on who the head coach is. Personally, like I heard rumors of Steve Hetzel, Darvin Ham, Rajon Rondo. Like it depends on who the guy is. I mean, what I want a young, innovative head coach, but a guy that knows his stuff. All right, like I don't know, like that's who I personally want to be the head coach of the Pelicans. Personally. All right, let's flip it back over to the Saints. Right. So the New Orleans Saints hidden draft gem that they got in the third round, Oscar Delp. He brings a promising impact to Kellen Moore's offense. Right. What do you think his impact will be? His rookie year with the Saints.
Learning, holding
Right.
clipboard, reading, studying, listening. Those will be his main attributes that needs to be unlocked this year.
Right. I think Oscar Delp is probably going to come in for like blocking packages, and he might come in for a couple receiving stuff. But like I think Oscar Delp, he's basically our Jack Stoll replacement. And I know a lot of common fans or casual fans, they're not going to know the name Jack Stoll, but Jack Stoll is one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. So he's going to be replacing him. So that's why we drafted him. Now, what does wide receiver Bryce Lance bring to the Saints?
Brings a whole lot of speed. I mean, and that's it. I mean, that's all I really know about him. So I can't wait to see him in action. I do know he's fast as you know what. So that's what he brings, speed.
Yeah, he's going to be like our Rashid Shaheed replacement. What's up, Connor? All right. Now, hold on.
Is that
Next, no. Next thing. Now, hold on. Now, in case, look, Dad, do you like buying Saints players jerseys sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah, if the price is right.
All right. Well, the Saints rookies, man, they got new jerseys, man. Some people might not care, but then I like the cast, So in case you do want to go buy the jersey, and you don't know what number, I mean, you could just type in their name, but in case you want to do it the complicated way and look at the Saints stuff and try to find the rookie jersey, well, here's the numbers, all right. And also for next year, you're watching TV and you're like, who just caught that pass? Number 0. Who number 0? That's Jordan Tyson, babe. Jordan Tyson is going to be wearing number 0 for the Saints. Okay, let's see. So that's our first round pick. Our second round pick, Christian Miller. He's going to be wearing number 52. Third round pick, Oscar Delp, is wearing number 88. Fourth round pick, Jeremiah Wright, is wearing number 65. Fourth round pick, Bryce Lance, is wearing number 18. Fifth round pick, Lorenzo Styles Jr., is wearing number 36. Sixth round pick, Barian Brown, is wearing number 19. And seventh round pick, TJ Hall, is wearing number 34. And we even have an undrafted free agent that already made his number official. Xavier Harris is going to be wearing number 67. So, whose jersey are you most excited to see on the field next year?
Number 0. Give me Jordan Tyson, number 0.
All right. Do you like all these numbers, or do you wish that some numbers could change?
I wish receivers stayed with the 80s. I mean, you're going to have 18 and 19 looking alike. They're fast. They're speedy receivers. They're going to look alike on the field.
Right.
Not a big deal, but it's just something since you asked the question.
Right. I mean, yeah, I feel you. I mean, I don't really have, I mean, there is like some running backs now be wearing like numbers in the freaking 20s, or not, the 20s, but like I saw a wide receiver wear number 24, and I'm like, what? But yeah, I mean, yeah, like some people might not think it matters, but yeah, I do. All right. Now, Dad, Tyler Shuck will be in the MVP hunt. True or false?
I say true. I think the Saints are going to win a lot of football games this year. I think we're going to win the division. And anytime you're in that position and you're a young guy and you're playing quarterback, you always get pushed up the MVP ladder. So I say yes. I think he'll be in the top 5 to 10.
Right, yeah, Tyler Shuck is I think he has a case. And before everybody's like, well, the Saints weren't good last year. Tyler Shuck, he's gonna have his work. Well, guess what? The Patriots weren't good 2 seasons ago, and Drake May was up there for MVP. All you need is that 1 year. All right, and it's not like Tyler Shuck was trash last season, so this would be out of the blue. Tyler Shuck almost won Offensive Rookie of the Year. In fact, if you want to be technical, he did win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but the fan awarded trophy. So, hey. All right. Now, New Orleans Saints just got great news from the NFL before the 2026 NFL schedule release. Now, the schedule release is Thursday night, I believe, at 8 Central Standard Time. So we'll know weeks 1 to 18 who the Saints play. We already know in week 7, October 25th, we're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in France at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, hey, you might get a freaking 7 o'clock Hurricane Mike show or something. I don't know how to play that. It depends on what's going on. But, yeah, the New Orleans Saints, let's talk about their opponents that they got for this year. So, the 2026 opponents, the home games, Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers, the obvious ones. And then you got the Packers, Vikings, Cardinals, Browns. The Steelers is technically a home game, but we know it's going to be in France. And Raiders. The Raiders. Oh, yeah, we are playing the Raiders. I totally forgot we were playing the Raiders. The teams that we're playing on the road, the away games, we're playing the Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers, the obvious. We're going to be playing at the Bears, Lions, Giants, Bengals, and Ravens. Now, some sharp football analysis. The Saints have the second easiest strength of schedule in 2026 based on projected win totals. Vegas projects 7.5 wins for New Orleans in 2026. Why I believe in Sharp's model? It provides a more accurate and insightful tool for assessing team schedules and forecasting performance. Dad, did you know in 2025, just 2 of 8 teams with the toughest schedules made the playoffs, and those 2 teams were the Texans and the Rams? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Well, now I know. It's a thing. It's a thing. Now, why this is important. Winning against an easy schedule and overachieving happens often. In 2025, New England went from the 4th overall pick to the Super Bowl. So the easiest strengths of schedule in 2026, number 1, you got the Detroit Lions. Number 2, the New Orleans Saints. Number 3, the Cincinnati Bengals. Number 4, Cleveland Browns. Number 5, New York Jets. The hardest strength of schedule in 2026. Number 1 being the Arizona Cardinals. Number 2, Miami Dolphins. Number 3, the Carolina Panthers. Number 4, Dallas Cowboys. And number 5, Los Angeles Rams. And then the rest of the Saints division, the Falcons have the 20th strength of schedule with 7.5 projected wins. The Panthers have the 30th strength of schedule with 6.5 wins. And the Buccaneers have the 23rd strength of schedule, 8.5 wins. Based off the data, the Saints will shock the NFL world and be one of the more successful teams in 2026. Dad, do you agree with what I just said, or do you disagree?
I agree, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, like strength of schedule. Sometimes, look, I don't believe in easy schedules when they come out. But as the season goes on, you'll know who's good and who's not. All right, like for example, the Jets are going to be trash. The Browns are going to be trash. The Falcons are going to be trash. That's already a given. But there's some teams like the Saints where you don't know. They could be great. They could be trash. You never know. But can the running back duo, and Dad, I'm asking you this, can the running back duo of Alvin Kamara and Travis Etienne carry the Saints to the playoffs?
They can. They have the potential, but I don't think they'll need to. I think we'll lean heavily on the short passing game of Kellen Moore's offense.
Right. I think Kamara and Etienne, I think they will be a good factor in our playoff success. But carry, I think, is a strong word. I think because when you're saying carry, it's basically like, yeah, the running backs obviously, but it's like, all right, what's gonna like? So basically, they're like the only two guys, which I don't think is the case. I think Tyler Shuck will have to do his part. Like everybody has to get rolling. Nobody can be slacking if you're trying to make the playoffs. So yeah. Now there was a report last week that former Charger safety JT Woods gets Saints workout. Dad, I have a question for you. Is there still untapped potential here with JT Woods?
I think there is, but you just have to see how he works out because it's been a while since I've seen him on the field. So got to get in there, got to work out.
Yeah, JT Woods, like, I don't think there's really a spot for him on this team. Like, I think our safeties are already great. Like, we got Justin Reed, Jordan Howden, Jonas Anker, Julian Black. Like, we literally have the Super J safety squad. And we got Terrell Burgess in there, who's like the odd fox. But it's like everybody else, you know, it starts with the J. Well, hey, I mean, JT Woods starts with the freaking J, so he might as well be on this team. But yeah, anyways. Now, do you think that the New Orleans Saints own Tyler Shuck? Do you think he's poised for an offensive player of the year buzz with the exciting offseason that we had?
Absolutely. With these new weapons we have, with a more solidified offensive line that we have, I think he should be in that discussion for offensive player of the year.
What's up, Jay Live? What's good, my brother?
Jay Live.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I don't think Tyler Shuck's going to win Offensive Player of the Year because they don't really give it to quarterbacks, but I definitely think he will get a mention. I mean, you can't tell me Tyler Shuck ain't one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I don't care if it was just a year. I mean, the dude played better than freaking some of the greatest quarterbacks that a lot of people say. So yeah. But now I want to talk about UDFAs, man. The Saints got some UDFA steals in all capital letters. They picked up Xavier Harris, defensive tackle from Ole Miss, Keyshawn Silver, defensive tackle from USC, Alan Huron, edge from Central Michigan. Alan Huron, offensive tackle from Maryland, Michael Heldman, edge from Central Michigan. I just got them mixed up. Deshaun Jones, cornerback from Alabama, Alex Wolfslager, offensive tackle from Kentucky, JVR Suggs, defensive tackle from Wisconsin, Jeremiah McLendon, cornerback from Southern Illinois, Cody Hardy, tight end from NC State, CJ Donaldson, running back from Ohio State, and Mason Shipley, kicker from Texas. But I want to talk about two guys who I think are UDFA steals. Xavier Harris, defensive lineman from Ole Miss, and Michael Heldman, edge from Central Michigan. Let's start with Xavier Harris. His scouting report. He's a giant player, 6'7", 330 pounds, with a nearly 7-foot wingspan. He's a really good run stopper and can play 0 through 5 tech. Not much of a pass rusher. Top 100 talent, but there's serious character concerns. Don't forget about the famous Russell Son. Yeah, I saw that earlier. I think the Saints, they just signed him. I think they just signed him this week, I think. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do too much studying over him yet. So I don't know. I think next show we might talk about that more because I haven't studied him yet. So yeah. But yeah, back on Xavier Harris. In 2025, he played in 15 games. He recorded 58 tackles, 9 TFLs, 3 sacks, 24 pressures, 4 PBUs, and 1 interception. Dane Brugler said this about Xavier Harris. He will interest teams that play both even 3 technique and odd 5 technique fronts, although questions about maturity will influence his draft grade as much as anything. As we got to talk about this, he was arrested and charged in 2023 with felony fleeing, a DUI, reckless driving, minor in possession, not using headlights, and running a stop sign. And then in 2024, he was arrested on charges of domestic violence and obstructing arrest. But yeah, so which UDFA do you think has the best chance to make the Saints roster?
I mean, I'm listening to all these charges he has. domestic violence. He didn't hit me, so we good. So come on in here. No, but yeah, he definitely would have been drafted, high up in the draft if it wasn't for these character concerns. So I think we're getting some talent, but we're not necessarily getting a great person. But we do have this leadership in the locker room that probably can tame that.
All right, what's good, Jerry? Like J Law said, my brother, man. What's good, J Man? There. Yeah. But yeah, I think, the guy with the best chance to make the roster, I think, is Michael Held, mainly because, edge rusher, I would consider that a position of need. And I think Michael Held, who we're about to get into, this is why. Michael Held, this scouting report. He was first team All MAC in 2025, 6'4", 268. Nice agility for someone his size, could be a part of the defensive lineman rotation. His motor doesn't have an off switch. Displayed gradual improvement each season. In 2025, this man played 13 games, had 48 tackles, 53 pressures, 10.5 sacks, 4 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles. The Athletic said this on Michael Held: a complete edge in the MAC. Held had a dominant 2025 at Central Michigan with 10.5 sacks and 16.5 tackles for loss. A savvy run defender with powerful hands. Held is an ascending talent who could surprise. Dane Brugler on Held said he was a pleasant surprise this past season, put it all together senior year, consistently disruptive, and he said, his words, MAC level version of Nick Bosa. Yeah. But look, we already got into earlier today, right, the NFL. For those that weren't here, ESPN decided that they were going to make a 32-team ranking after the draft, and they put the damn Saints at number 25. So, hold on. So, yeah, that already got my gears grinding, but, hey, that wasn't the only list. Let me see if I can find it. That wasn't the only. There was one list. I forgot who made it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I think so. I think this is the one. It's either this one or the Ringer. Let me see. Dude, hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I think it's this one. Yeah. So, right, there was another one that ranked quarterbacks, right? And I trying to find which ranking was. All right, here we go. All right. Yep, you got the Mahomes. All right, let's see. So, all right. Let me scroll up and see where they put Taylor Shuck. All right, so the Ringer, they also decided that they were going to be stupid too, as they made an NFL quarterback ranking list going into next year. Okay, they actually ranked 33 quarterbacks. They put Shador at 33, dead last. Sorry, Shador. J.J. McCarthy at 32. Quinn Ewers at 31. Justin Fields at 30. Jackson Dart at 29, which is low-key disrespectful too. Michael Penix at 28. Oh, wait, hold on. Number 27. Now, this was last year, so it's not as bad since it was last year. But they put Tyler Shuck at number 27, right? I think we can all say he exceeded them expectations, right? So, yeah. All right. Now, here we go. There was one other list where they had Tyler Shuck in like the 20s, but whatever. Do you think Tyler Shuck's ready to prove everybody wrong?
I think he started doing that at the end of the season last year, and I think he'll continue to do that this year.
Absolutely, man. Tyler Shuck, man, he's gonna light up everybody, man. Now, Do you think the Saints defense improved this offseason?
I think so. I think we're improving by subtraction. Hear me out. Losing Demario Davis and possibly Cam Jordan, I think, like I said before in other shows, I think we're getting faster. We're getting a little younger and faster. Maybe losing a little bit of leadership in the locker room, but I think we'll be able to overcome that with some of these young guys growing into that role.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you ask. I do think, the Saints defense, they did get worse. They did get worse, but I do think that they did make improvements as well. Like they lost Demario and they brought in Caden Ellis. They lost Alontae Taylor and they drafted TJ Hall. So they still got good players at each position on defense. But now who should the Pelicans be focused on their head coach? If you had two choices, who do you want them to hire between Steve Hetzel and Darvin Ham? Because those are like two. And before somebody comes in here and says Rajon Rondo, no. So Steve Hetzel or Darvin Ham, those are probably your two best options. Who would you choose?
I like Darvin Ham. I like him because he looks like a no-nonsense guy. He looks like somebody that's going to come in here and light a fire, especially defensively. So chalk me down for Darvin Ham.
You say that, but he let LeBron walk all over him.
So does Jay Redick. So does every other coach that wants to keep their job.
Right. That is definitely a thing. Yeah. Now, Dad, if you had to give top 5 storylines to watch as the Saints open rookie mini camps, what would be your top 5 storylines to watch?
Top 5, some storylines. I'm looking defensively. I'm looking at our edge rushers. I'm looking at our linebacking crew. And I'm looking at the secondary, see how it shakes out. Who's going to fill Alontae Taylor's shoes? I want to see that offensive line stay healthy. I want to see, this tight end group come the way, I think they can flourish this year with Juwan Johnson being the leader and Noah Fant, being productive, and then the young guy learning behind them, coming in, making some plays late on in the year. So those are the things I'm looking for.
Yeah, my top 5 storylines would definitely be, I want to see how Jordan Tyson can get involved in the offense. I want to see how the running game can be. I want to see the quarterback improvement. I want to see the defensive line mainly, and I want to see the corners. Those are the top 5 storylines. Now, we try to have fun on the Hurricane Mike Show. We try to go back in time with you boys, right? So I want to go back in time to 2009, and this has something to do with Super Bowl, but not really. Now, Dad, I think we can all say Drew Brees, he was pretty good at football, right?
Pretty good at football, yes, sir.
Right. Like he could, he could throw the ball and stuff. He could throw the ball better than 85% of the world, and I'm probably being generous with that.
He can throw it around a little bit, yes, sir.
Right. In 2009, right, the Saints had their best season in NFL history because that was the only year that they were able to win the Super Bowl. Drew Brees and Peyton Manning were the top 2 finalists in MVP voting. And they gave it to Peyton Manning. And you might think, it's Peyton Manning, right? Peyton Manning, okay, had a 14-2 record with the Colts. 4,500 yards, 33 TDs, 16 interceptions, and a 68.8 completion percentage with a 99.9 rating. That's good numbers. Drew Brees, on the other hand, a 13-2 record, 4,388 yards. So Manning had more yards. Brees had 34 touchdowns, which was more than Manning. 11 interceptions, which was better than Manning. 70.6 completion percentage, better than Manning. 109.6 passer rating, better than Manning. The only thing Manning had better was a better record and more passing yards. And Drew Brees sat the final 2 games of the season. Like, So I have a question to you. Was Drew Brees robbed of MVP back in 2009?
It sure sounds like it. I've never heard somebody make that case for him like you just did. So, congratulations. But yeah, I think yeah, it looks like he was robbed that year.
Right. I mean, like, I don't know if anybody's really thought about it, but like back in 2009, right? Peyton Manning and Drew Brees were going at it for MVP, and they gave it to Manning. Brees sat the final 2 games while Manning played. I think he sat the last game, but he played that one other game. And guess what? Peyton Manning won MVP when Brees had better numbers basically across the board.
But we had the last laugh by holding up the Lombardi Trophy.
Oh, absolutely. Like, ball don't lie. I would take a Lombardi Trophy over a freaking MVP any day of the week. But it's like, it's about the principle, though, man. Like, that MVP should have been in Drew Brees' hands. But hey, Brees got his MVP somebody. You know, he got Super Bowl MVP, so he got his MVP anyway. But yeah. Now I want to flip it back over to the basketball side of things. Derek Queen. Derek Queen took all the hate. But his rookie year was way better than you think. Because Derek Queen, right? If you remember last year, my dad, my pops and I, we went on this whole rant of how people were overreacting to us trading for Derek Queen. Because we gave up a first-round pick. And Dad, what would you rather have? Derek Queen or Asa Newell and a hypothetical? What would you rather have?
Give me Derek Queen.
Right. Derek Queen, I think, had a better rookie year than Asa Newell. Yeah. And the draft lottery was Sunday, right? And the Hawks got the 8th pick. Dad, what would you rather have? Derek Queen or the 8th overall pick?
I'd rather have Derek Queen. And, you know, I've said this on other shows. We are really in good shape offensively. I mean, with Jeremiah Fears, with Derek Queen, with the players we already have on this team. So we need to improve defensively and late in games. And I don't think the 8th pick is going to do it for us this year. I think we need to take one of these players that we have and maybe some future picks and like trade for some actual defensive help and some help under the boards to help out this offense, because that's going to be the key getting to the playoffs, is improving this defense in late in-game situations.
Right. Facts. I mean, I remember when it happened, and I was like, okay, if the Warriors traded a first-round pick for Steph Curry, are you still upset that they made that trade?
No.
If the Cavs traded a first-round pick when they wanted to draft LeBron James, are you mad at that? If the Bulls traded their first-round pick to go get Michael Jordan, are you mad that they traded the first-round pick? Like, oh no, you traded a first-round pick. It's not like you got a freaking 6-time NBA champion or anything. Like, come on now. If the Celtics traded a first-round pick for Bill Russell and got all 11 rings out of it, are you think that they're crying over a first-round pick? No. Like, first-round bust happen a lot. Like more times than you may think. Anyways. Alright, but yeah, so back to the Saints thing. So Saints rookie minicamp day 1 report. Who made an early impression? Now, Dad, Jordan Tyson was out there catching them balls, man.
Well, unfortunately, I was kind of busy. I didn't see any highlights of what happened at Saints camp, so you're going to have to fill us all in.
Well, yeah, Jordan Tyson, he was catching them balls, and I'll talk about it more after I talk about this, because there's also one thing I want to say before we get into more training rookie camp stuff. The New Orleans Saints are transforming into a juggernaut. It all starts with coaching. Kellen Moore has built a more explosive roster and cohesive culture in New Orleans. Notable addition. Here's some notable offseason additions. Running back Travis Etienne. Guard David Edwards. Tight end Noah Fant. Linebacker Caden Ellis. Wide receiver Jordan Tyson. Defensive tackle Christian Miller. Tight end Oscar Delp. Wide receiver Bryce Lance. Edge Tyree Wilson. And punter Ryan Wright. Let's look at Tyler Shuck's arsenal. The guys he's going to war with. Wide receiver 1, Chris Olave. Wide receiver 2, Jordan Tyson. Tight end, Juwan Johnson. Running back 1, Travis Etienne Jr. Running back 2, Alvin Kamara. Left tackle, Kelvin Banks Jr. Left guard, David Edwards. Center, Eric McCoy. Right guard, Cesar Ruiz. Right tackle, Talise Fuaga. Tyler Shough has a very bright future. Shough can be the guy. He has the ability to create and elevate the roster. Displayed clear development. Tough and fearless competitor. He throws a catchable ball. Has NFL quarterback intangibles. In his rookie season, he had a 5-4 record. 67.6 completion percentage. 2,384 passing yards. 186 rushing yards. 13 total touchdowns. 6 interceptions, and a 91.3 passer rating. The Saints' offense in 2025, 18 points per game, which was 28th in the league. 313.6 yards per game, 23rd in the league. Saints averaged 5 yards per play, which was 27th in the league. Saints had a 39.5 third down conversion in the league, which was 17th in the league. Saints had a 44.4 red zone scoring percentage when it comes to touchdowns, which was 32nd in the league. But now a big strength. Kellen Moore knows how to succeed with a bevy of weapons. All mouths will be fed. Big year coming, man. I believe Chris Olave is going to dominate this season. He is set to thrive in the offense. And let's talk about rookie impact. Jordan Tyson will be a lethal weapon and create a lot of opportunities for other guys. Kamara and Achane, explosive running backs, versatility and receiving ability, quality experience in the league. So, Dad, who are you most excited to watch on the offensive side of the ball?
On the offensive side of the ball, I'm looking for, definitely those receivers, but, definitely seeing if this offensive line can stay together all year long. Eric McCoy leading the way. And, he has to stay healthy. These people got to stay healthy.
Yeah. The guy I would really love to watch this year is Travis Etienne. Just seeing how he can get acclimated to his new team, but his old home. Let's go, Travis Etienne. But now don't sleep on the defense. Brandon Staley did a great job turning the defense around in year 1. The Saints defense in 2025. Opponents' points per game, 22.5, 14th in the league. Opponents' yards per game, 299.8, 9th in the league. Opponents' yards per play, 4.8, 6th in the league. Opponents' third down conversion percentage, 34.3%, 3rd in the league. Opponents' red zone scoring percentage when it comes to touchdowns, 53.2%, 9th in the league. And the Saints have young studs on defense. They have cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback Quincy Riley, safety Jonas Sanker, linebacker Danny Stutzman, defensive tackle Christian Miller, defensive tackle Brian Brzee, defensive tackle Vernon Brofton, and edge rusher Tyree Wilson. And now we also got some quality experience on the Saints defensive side of the ball. As we got edge rusher Chase Young, linebacker Caden Ellis, linebacker P. Werner, and safety Justin Reed. And the Saints could still re-sign Cam. The Saints are a better team with Cam Jordan in the mix. I would bring him back. Dad, would you bring him back?
Absolutely. Let's bring him back for that leadership, for, passing situations. I would definitely bring him back.
Right. You got to stay hot. If Brandon Staley can build off the momentum of the 2025 season, watch out. But Dad, there's a third element to football that a lot of people will be forgetting about. We know the offense. We know the defense. But don't forget special teams. I love that upgrading special teams was clearly a priority for the Saints this offseason. So, they're turning into a juggernaut with an innovative coaching staff. Tyler Shough can be the guy. Explosive players all over. Severely underrated defense and the ability to continue to improve. Now, I want to flip over to LSU. Well, first, I want to get your opinion. Do you think the Saints are going to be a juggernaut?
I think they will be a juggernaut eventually. I think they'll start out, win a game, lose a game. But I think once we get warmed up, I think we're going to go on a run. We're going to win this division. We're going to be a juggernaut in this division.
Right. Now, I want to talk about LSU for a second. Do you think LSU made the right move betting on Sam Leavitt?
I think so. I think he was the best quarterback out there that they can get that was interested in coming over, and definitely better than what they had here. So I definitely feel like it was a great move.
Right. Now we need Sam Levitt to stay healthy though, man, because it's like after him, we have no quality quarterback play. Like all the backups have either played at like D2, D3 level, or they barely play at all. So it's like, everything's a hope and a prayer if Sam Levitt's not on the field. Now the Saints declined Tyree Wilson's fifth-year option. Do you think New Orleans is playing rent to own, or do you think that it's being strategic?
I think they're being strategic. I mean, it's kind of like a prove it deal. If you want the next contract, you're gonna have to do something this year. You're gonna have to get double-digit sacks or close to it. So I think they're being a little strategic with it.
Right, I do think that they are being strategic with it. Now, how long do you think the Saints can keep avoiding the Kamara question?
Let's see. We're just starting voluntary mini camps, right?
Yep.
Give it a week, then we get into real OTAs, and in about a week and a half, you'll probably see something done.
Yeah, give it to training camp, man. Personally, for me, so yeah. Now, do you think is Saints linebacker Caden Ellis going to be the X factor to the defense?
Yeah, he should. I mean, with the loss of Demario Davis, you put Caden Ellis in the middle. I mean, you're going to have to do something. I mean, he's going to be right there in the middle, the quarterback of the defense. So I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes, too. Now, the Saints restructured Pete Werner's contract. All right, and I'm going to explain. So the Saints converted $5.35 million of linebacker Pete Werner's salary into a signing bonus, creating $4.28 million of 2026 cap space. So now the updated cap hits. 2026, $3.9 million. 2027, $9.2 million. And 2028, which is a void year, $5.3 million. So, now I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think the Saints cleared up cap space for another signing?
Could be another signing, or could be just to lower the load this year, so you have more flexibility to play with in case you do need to bring in a guy if somebody goes down with an injury. So it's just that's what I think. It's just for like a future move.
Honestly, I think this might have something to do with Cam Jordan. I think, the Saints, I think they're trying to save money, so they're trying to, maybe up the offer on Cam Jordan just a little tiny bit to see if he can come over. That's my theory. All right, the Saints have the best kept secret in the NFL. All right, Tyler Shough in his rookie season, 5-4 record, had a 67.6 completion percentage, 2,384 yards through the air, 186 yards on the ground, 13 total touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 91.3 passer rating. Shough can be the guy. He has the ability to create and elevate the roster, displayed clear development, tough and fearless competitor, throws a catchable ball, and has NFL quarterback intangibles. And there's lots of faith. The Saints heavily focused on building around Tyler Shough this offseason. All right. As they added Travis Etienne, David Edwards, Noah Fant, Jordan Tyson, Oscar Delp, Bryce Lance. Shough as a passer thrives in the short to intermediate game. Post and slants were his best routes. He struggled with deep ball. But big year coming, right, with Chris Olave. I believe Olave is going to dominate this season. He is set to thrive in the offense. And rookie impacts, Jordan Tyson will be a lethal weapon and create a lot of opportunities for other guys. And he also has a strong supporting cast. If everyone stays healthy, Tyler Shough has a great arsenal of weapons to lean on. The vision is coming alive. Kellen Moore has more of his pieces in place and more experience going into year 2. Tyler Shough running the ball in 2025 as well. 45 carries, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4.1 yards a carry. His expectations are high. I believe Tyler Shough can rise to the occasion. He needs to prove that this season. And all of his teammates No, all of his teammates like Tyler Shough. This is what Alvin Kamara said about Tyler Shough. I think he's ready for it, man. He's mature. He's got some swag to him. It's like there's a lightheartedness about his game and his approach that like he works his butt off, but he doesn't take himself too serious. I'm excited for Shough, man. Chris Olave, that's just one of his characteristics. I feel like he's a great leader on and off the field. He leads the offense really good, and the way he prepares sets the standard. I feel like it's second to none. Jordan Tyson, he's a great quarterback. He played half the season, and he finished finalist in the Offensive Rookie of the Year. So, great player. He's going to continue to do big things. He's very smart. He knows how to read the defense, always on time. He's a great quarterback. Can't wait to get to work with him. Chase Young, he always had that leadership in him. He's a vetted young guy. That's just how he carries himself. We trust him. So the best kept secret, I believe in Tyler Shough. Something special is brewing in New Orleans, and the rest of the NFL has no idea what's about to hit them. So do you think that's the best kept secret in the NFL with Tyler Shough?
I think Tyler Shough is not a secret anymore. I think he's got some tape now. People are looking at it. People are studying it. So I don't think he's a secret anymore. He just got to go on the field and get it done.
Right. All right. Dad, do you have anything else for us?
Not tonight. We good.
All right. Shout out to Kobe Ernell's 445, Connor, J Live, and Jerry for popping into the chat. And just a reminder, the schedule comes out Thursday night. So next week, we're going to be breaking down every week of the NFL season, all the games, and we're going to be seeing what's on prime time, what's not on prime time, like who the Saints play. So stay tuned for that. Dad, where can they find you?
You can find me at Mic'd Up Sports and come over to the channel and check it out. I got a 5-video series starting on the lives of Stephen A. Smith. I've got 3 videos so far, 2 on the way.
All right. You're finally going to start that now, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Live, bro. My boy said he hit 17 3-pointers in a row. You believe that? Not Steph Curry, not Larry Bird, not all these great shooters, but Stephen A. Smith hit 17 3-pointers in a row.
I don't know if he can hit 2 3-pointers in a row.
I doubt it.
Anyways, all right. You can also find me at Hurricane Mike, Kyle Phelps, come on in Saints Network, and Saints Blitz. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn the bell on so you don't miss another upload. And Dad, we're going to leave them as always with the who dat, and don't be a what?
Don't be a Falcon fan. I can't wait to see their schedule. See how many games they're going to lose.
So much games.